Okay, so on this one, they have a function. Let me bring it down here. 2x cubed plus 18x squared minus 162x plus 8. And we're on an interval. This is the left edge and the right edge. We're going from -9 to +4. So first thing we need to do, we want to find the absolute maximum. We do, you take the derivative first off. So bring that down, it'd be 6x squared. And that down would be 36x. Subtract 1 from the powers, right? First, minus 162. That 1 power comes down, and subtract 1, it's gone. That 8 is 0. And you set it equal to 0. So step 1, to find absolute maximum, is like overall highest and lowest. You take the derivative equal to 0, set equal to 0, solve for x. You find these are going to be your critical values, which means these are places where you could have a max or min. All right, so how am I going to solve that? Well, you can factor out a 6. You could check on your calculator. They're all divisible by 6. What's that one? 50 would be 50, that's 54, I think. No, 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 and then divide that by 2. So it'd be a 27. I think it's 27. Mhm. 120 and 42. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So you just use a calculator. And so now what do you do now? Now you can factor the rest and you can say, okay, what? Remember FOIL, FOIL. So front times front to make front. Last times last to make, what times it makes 27, 3 times 9. Okay. And how can you get um, plus 6? The sign in the middle always goes on the bigger. There, that's correct. Plus 9 minus 3 makes plus 6. Remember, they add to be the middle and they multiply to be the back. Positive, negative 3 times positive 9 makes negative 27. So that's right. And then what do you do from there? You set each part with x equal to 0. So in other words, I'm just going to take that x minus 3 and say that could be 0, or that x plus 9 and say that could be 0. What about the 6, you might wonder? Well, it's out logically. Why? What do I mean logically? I mean, it's just a 6. It doesn't have an x. So just think logically with me. What if I said, hey, I'm thinking of a number. What if I played a game with you and I said, hey, I'm thinking of a number, two numbers in my head, 6 times the first number times the second number is coming out 0. What does that mean? That means this number could be 0 or that number could be 0, right? Because if either one is 0, when you multiply them all together, it's going to be 0. So that means the second thing could be 0 or the third thing could be. What about the 6? He's just 6. He can't be 0. He's just 6. He doesn't have a variable. So he doesn't do anything, right? You see that logically? It just means one of the two numbers that could be 0. If either one of them is 0, the whole thing's 0. So if either this guy's 0 or that guy's 0, if either this guy or that guy's 0, it's going to multiply, all three of them will multiply to be 0. The 6 is irrelevant. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If not, back up video and listen again, think about it. Plus 3, or grab me in office hours, be glad to talk more about it. -9. So there's my two, and these are my critical values. Now, I realize a lot of people don't thrill on factoring, have a little trouble with doing that factoring I just did. If you can't factor, I'll say or, I'll say factor, or if you have trouble factoring, you could do the quadratic formula. Remember the quadratic formula? Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You could always just do the quadratic formula, and that would work as well, where this is a, this is b, and this is c. Plug them in, you'll get the same two answers. Okay, so either way, they're factoring or quad, get your two answers. Now, what do we do with those? That's step one. That's all step one. Set the derivative 0, solve for x, get the critical values. Okay, step 2, make a table where you have x and you have f of x, the original function. And in that table, you put the left edge, that's left, put the right edge, and then you put all crits, all critical values. So let's do that. I'm going to come over here. Oops, over here, and I'm going to do it. So I'm going to put x And I'm going to put fx. Now, what is fx? It's the original function. 2x cubed plus 2x cubed plus 18x squared. Before we took the derivative, the original function, minus 162x, minus 162x plus 8, plus 8. Okay. Okay, so anyway, so now we're going to put it on the left, the right. So what's the left? So here's the left, here's the right edge. It's an interval. It goes from -9 to 4. So put those in there. X equals -9. X equals 4. And then all critical values. What are my criticals? Well, here's my criticals. 3, x is 3, and -9. Either order doesn't matter. X equals 3, and x equals -9. All right. So now we're going to take all those, we're going to plug them into the function. So we're plugging into this. We're going to take this x and plug in to that function. So that's what we got to do. Let me write that down. We got to go to Desmos. 18x squared minus 162x plus 8. Okay, I'm going to plug in -9 first. Okay, so here we go. 2, I'm going to put in -9 first. Cubed plus 18x squared plus 18. I'm putting in -9 squared. Minus 162x minus 162 -9 plus 8. And there we go. 1466. Let's take it back. 1466. Oops. 1466. That's with the y. That's f of x or y, right? Same thing. Now I'm gonna go back and put in 4. Replace that -9 with 4. So boom, boom, 4, boom, boom, 4, boom, boom, 4. Getting a -224, -224, -224. Now I'm gonna go back and put in 3. Put in 3, 3, 3, 3. I'm getting -262. -262. One more. Put in -9. And I'm getting 1466. 1466. Oh, same value. Okay. So what is, oh wait, I don't, oh, did I do -9 twice? I didn't realize that. Okay, so -9 came out to be a critical value, and it's also my left edge. So yeah, that was silly of me. Anyway, so didn't even notice that. So anyway, what's the overall highest number? Well, this is the max. And what's the overall lowest? This is the min. Because that number is more negative. It's lower. So at x equals 3, there's the min. At x equals -9, there's the max. -262 and 1466. There they are, the min and the max. That's how we do it. We just take the derivative, set it equal to 0, solve it, find those critical values, then make a table, put in the left edge, the right edge, and all the critical values, and take the overall lowest and highest, that's the min and the max. That's the lowest and highest value of that function, because we basically took that function over the interval from -9 to +4. We found out, its highest point and its lowest point in that interval. We had to check critical values in the middle and the left edge and the right edge. There we go.